Hey everybody, my name's Ed Trevors. My pronouns are he, him, and his. I'm an Anglican priest serving in the beautiful parish of Christchurch-Shelburne that sits on the ancestral and on the unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. I had a conversation with a friend, a very good friend, a dear person in my life. I haven't known them very long, but they've taken a really important role in my life. I'm incredibly grateful for their presence. I'm incredibly grateful for their wisdom. I'm incredibly grateful for their support. They have come to me with an immense grace. I can't tell you what I did to deserve them in my life. I didn't do anything, to be honest. I'm just incredibly grateful that they're there. Anyway, we had a conversation. And in that conversation, as we talked about how we're feeling, we talked about where we are in the world, we talked about where we are in our minds, how our souls feel, we talked about just our general, overall spiritual and emotional health right now. And it occurred to me that over the last 5 years, 2016 to today, that we have been in a place where we are continuously inhaling. Now, I just couldn't think of a better word. I don't just mean like inhaling, like, as we normally breathe. I mean those sharp, drastic, almost violent inhales that we take when we're shocked and when we're scared and when we're wondering what's about to happen. Those kind of ones. But we've been doing it 3 and 4 times a day for the last 5 years. We're watching the news and we listen to the radio. We go online. We have leadership that are so desperate for our attention. They're so desperate to be the center of attention that they'll do anything for it. They'll say anything for it. They'll push whatever button they need to just to get our attention. Right? But it's much more than that. Because while we had a pretty unique experience unfolding in the White House, we've had the regular politics. We've had the regular decisions going on. We have had the regular atrocities happening. We've had the regular stressful moments. Anybody remember that plane that was downed over Iran? Conflict and potential conflict between India and Pakistan, between India and China. Conflicts, explosions, bombings that are taking place in Iraq, Afghanistan. What was going on with ISIS in Syria and in that area. Protests all over the world. Protests all over the States and all over the Western world in support of Black Lives Matter. How authority reacted to the protests of Black Lives Matter. It's this continuous, shocked inhale of air. These sharp inhalations. But our lungs are only so big. Our lungs can only handle so much. And as we talked and as I thought along this line, I thought, when was the last time we took the time to truly exhale? I do yoga on a regular basis, and the person I follow a Sarah Beth on yoga, Sarah Beth Yoga on YouTube. She's awesome. And one of the things she talks about when it comes to breathing, it's not about how much air you can bring in. A good, solid, cleansing breath is about how much air you can push out. Like it grows stale. I want to say it grows stale in the tops of your lungs, in that big fat area of your lungs, and we've got to work to push it all out. When was the last time we took that time to exhale deeply, purposefully, attentively. When was the last time we pushed all that stale air, all that stale energy out of ourselves? All of those shocked moments, when did we push that out? All of those crises that we encountered, when did we push that out? All those times that our leadership demanded we pay attention to them and talk about them, that they would be the center of our lives. When was the last time we took the time to push all of that out? You know, stress isn't a bad thing. Stress is a very good thing. Stress is that thing that allows you to pick the car up off your buddy when it falls on them. Please, I hope it never happens. But stress is that thing that allows you to do what you would normally have thought impossible with a strength you did not possess in a moment. Stress becomes bad when we hold on to it, when we don't take the time to shake it out of our system, to let it go. When we don't take the time to realize that I don't need to be superhuman every day, that I don't need to be on my guard every day, that I don't need to move mountains every day. One of the things that I truly appreciate about Jesus, among many things, and among many of his followers, I think of people like Francis of Assisi and Ignatius. I think of people like Thomas Merton, Richard Rohr, Henry Nouwen. I think of these people who take the time to let this stuff go. Jesus in the New Testament took the time to pray. He walked away from everybody and would go to a mountain or go into the wilderness. He took the time to let go. He took the time to reset. Everybody has a different way of resetting. When I'm working with my clients, we work on a personalized way of resetting. I'm not going to offer you any solutions here. All I want to do is offer the opportunity to think on how often we've been shocked, how often we've been startled, how often we've been stressed, and ask ourselves, how often have we pushed and let it go? How often have we reset? How often have we exhaled? May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord's face be made to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord's countenance be lifted up to you. May you always know the peace of being in the Lord's presence. I pray that we will take an opportunity soon to just breathe, to just exhale all that we've been holding on to, all that has been thrust upon us that we've been holding on to. Amen.